My name is Vince Dreesen. I'm a lifelong member of the Gull Lake Yacht Club and Sailing School, current co-president with my co-president Mary Jetland here in Brainerd, Minnesota. We just had the 2022 MCSA Masters Championship Regatta, 50 and older. For the last 3 days, full-on sailing. We completed scheduled 7 races and completed all 7. The win was just champagne sailing from medium to medium heavy to even a little bit of heavy, and it's just wonderful. So a number of years ago, we had an e-scout fleet here that dwindled on Gull Lake, and it was just challenging to have teams and to enjoy community racing and sailing together. And we realized Dr. Dunphy, one of our teammates here on Gull Lake, suggested, if we go to a smaller boat, a one-man, a two-person boat, perhaps we'll have more boat participation, we'll get more people sailing, so all the people that are a crew and an e-scow, etc., can all join in. And that's exactly what happened. And we did that in transition in about 2014, 2015. So I think this is the 7th summer of MC sailing on Gull Lake. And this is a 75th anniversary of the Gull Lake Yacht Club this year. And so it's very appropriate for us to host the MC Masters Championship this calendar year at our local club. So I won't tell you my exact age, but let's just say about 56 years. We got involved as very young, toddlers, preteens, in our local neighborhood. We had a wonderful neighbor from Florida over on Rocky Point on the Gull Lake, and he brought from Florida some wooden prams, which were the pre-generation of the Opti International sailboat for training youth. And so we had a bunch of, bright red, bright green, light blue boats in the neighborhood over there, and we used to play in them all the time, tip them upside down, play submarine, and go swim and play tag on them. That grew into a love of sailing. Went on to X-boating with my family. My sister Katie was our crew, my skipper. I learned from her and my older brother Chuck. I ended up becoming a skipper. My brother Peter and Jerry, they sailed with me, et cetera, et cetera. That grew into a love of sea boat sailing. I raced with my brother Chuck for about 8 or 9 years, very competitive out of Gull Lake, White Bear, traveled the Midwest to a lot of championship regattas. And then we moved on to the e-scouts for about 10 years, which was a lot of fun. Traveled from here to New York and back a few times, but at this stage of our life, this MC boat is spectacular for what we're doing. Very, very healthy fleet nationally, and we just love it a lot. The camaraderie, the simplicity of it. It's all the boats are almost exactly identical. All the sails are identical from 7 different sail makers across the country. So it really comes down to pure one design sailing, which is all tactical and strategy between the sailors themselves, because the boats are all identical. The gentleman who won this weekend could have won in any of the other boats. It's very forgiving. It's very inclusive. It's very educational, multi-generational. We got young women that are skipping at very high levels against old salts that have been sailing for 50 years, and it's national. So we're very fortunate that we're in the heart of scout country, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan. But this boat, with respect to the builders and the sellers of the boat out of Wisconsin and White Bear, we're national, and it's our home. The scow is our home boat, and it's really spread nationally wonderfully. So it's everywhere. So it's good. Oh man, I have a number of them. I was 15, X-boating at the Inland Lake Yachting Association Championship on Lake Geneva and there was a junior fleet and senior fleet. There was 120 boats registered for the senior fleet, and after 4 races on Saturday night, all the kids were all playing volleyball. You know, that's a couple hundred kids, and we're having a gas. And I see on the wall a 7-foot high sheet of paper taped together with pencil written rankings of all the sailors from 1 all the way down to 120, with their races and their total score and their placing as of 4 of 5 races. The final race was going to be Sunday morning. And the next morning, my name was at the top. After 4 races, a wonderful woman by the name of Mary Ellen Brigden, who went on to be a naval sailor and a naval officer out in San Diego, won going away on Sunday morning. But that was just a wonderful, youthful memory, and it got me really involved. You do well, you like something, it keeps building. When I went up to get my 3rd place trophy at that wonderful event, one of my friends from Minnetonka yelled out, "Where the hell's Gull Lake?" It's been a lifelong mission of mine to introduce beautiful Gull Lake as a sailing venue to everybody. It's quite an honor to have a national regatta. It's a lot of work, a lot of organizing. We're fortunate that we got a lot of wonderful friends, and particularly family, and great volunteers and hospitality coming out of our local club up here. Lifelong friends and family that love this as much as I do, and it's wonderful. Time in the boat. Have fun, make it fun, and just keep more time in the boat. And ask questions.